Need some corner pieces, and I would say that's pretty quite spot on, if you ask me. It's just loosely hanging on with a pair of vice grips at the bottom, but it will meet up. It'll pinch this area once I put some screws in there, and I'll make it to where I can reach in through here and put a nut on it, and it'll pinch these two guys together. It'll pinch them two together here. But I wanted to keep the round shape here, and so I'm going to have to do some modifying, some tweaking there, but this is just the beginnings of it. We can almost work with that. I mean, that looks pretty damn good for hand fabrication. I just don't want that crisp, sharp edge coming up all the way over here. Maybe I can make it fade up into that. But I got the right principle and the idea. But I figured if I started off like that, maybe I could, encourage it to fit the contour of the shape here. I mean, this side of it, I got it aced. I mean, that's an ace in the hole there. It's just trying to get rid of that hard, crisp line right there. Unless I continue that all the way up and around, I mean, it'll definitely be different. Just keep that sharp, crisp edge. I want it to be nice and round like that up there, and then come down. But and the roll pin is just not working with me going in far enough. So we got probably about an inch, maybe an inch and a half sticking out, but we're getting pretty damn close. So hang tight, I'm going to keep playing with it until I figure it out. I'll be right back. Now I tell you, I'm sitting here every time I start grinding on steel. Look who shows up. This little guy just seems to just love me grinding on stuff. And he doesn't seem to be scared of me. Well, there he is on the phone. Now he's on my hand. But damn it, I tell you, every time I get to grinding on this damn thing, he comes and joins me. Real ballsy little sucker. He'll be flying back and forth inside the sparks and everything. So let me see if I can set the phone up, and y'all watch. He'll come back. All right, guys. So got writer's block again. My rear cab cover comes off the quarter panel, wraps around to the roll pin. Down to where the roll pin is, that's perfect. But we're square here at the top. I don't remember exactly how to get that rounded shape, because it's going to be rounded up over top of that bar and then come straight down into a square. So I'm thinking that's possibly going to be a good spot for maybe one of them old time Cadillac tail lights. Maybe just a half of one. Looks to be almost the same shape of it. So I think maybe contour it from there and transition it into the rounded area, which I can just cap it off, have it rounded like a horseshoe, and fork it into that, and then just a sudden quick change. I'll zoom out. So it'll transition into just going from a square straight out to a round shape. Yeah, you gotta love people's driving. Yeah, so yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm at Writer's Block. I'll get up and show it to you. It actually doesn't look too bad for painting fabrication. Using a couple pieces of scrap. I got this shape the way I want it, to where it's going to come down this way. So directly from behind, it won't look too bad. And then tucking down and going underneath looks great. It's just the one there with a pair of vice grips. So you can see what I'm talking about. Fitting a round hole into a square peg. So I tried to put a piece of pipe here and try to hit on it to get the rounded edge, but not going to happen. It's changing too much of this out here. So I want to maintain this here and this here, and then have the trunk lid recessed down into here. So it looks like a perfect spot for a tail light. I can just put a little rectangle, tail light there, something recessed into it. Because really, just that one piece. It's taking me the entire day to try to figure out what am I going to do. So I guess the only other thing to do is just replicate it over here on the other side, and just maybe having a tail light there might help take the attention away. And or maybe putting the bumper here might help take away the look of it. I guess tucked in behind the bumper. Probably won't see much of it. If I do the bumper, I think I'm going to just chop it off right here. And then I can wrap it around. Put a round edge on it like that. Baby. Still running into that same problem. So this is the unfortunate when you don't have the tools of the trade. Don't have a English wheel, don't have a brake bender, don't have a whatever. So this is what I'm working on. I guess the next thing would be is to start hanging my other rear quarter panel. I'll get that in place. And I think maybe once I get it all assembled, maybe it won't look so bad. So I just play with it, and I might be able to get something to happen. I don't know yet. So there's a whole shitload of welding that's going to need to be done. I got to weld all of that. I got to weld all of that. I weld this. Yeah, I knew what I was getting into when I decided to try to make it a car again. But my least of my worry is there's not one perfected area on this car except for the doors and the firewall and around the front window. If it ain't going to be that, it's going to be a shitload of body mud. So I'm going to try to get much of the steel work done as I can. Probably increase the value of it, just make a damn rat rod. But it'll look like a car, actually. Yeah, it'll be a simple representation of a Model A Ford. So the roll pin, that wasn't too bad. I got that knocked out, and now it's just these corner pieces trying to figure it out. But I think that's pretty much it for now. Working away a little bit more, I guess. Get my welds up there where you see that white powder up there in the center of the screen. Get that grinded and painted. Grind down the back of this and paint it. Yeah, that's not too much more I can do. Once I get everything set in place, then I can pull the fenders out. Then I can weld the quarter panel to the rear tub back in there. There's a whole lot more to do, that's for sure. There'll probably be another year of this before you even see any real progress being made. That's the sad part, but it keeps me busy. I still got the whole interior to do yet on this. But once I can get to the stage of the back of this is closed up, I'm going to get back onto my T-bucket. Absolute, all the work I'd done here, I could have done had that T-bucket riding. Could have been driving this summer. So, it looks like it's going to be a winter project on both of these guys. And see how well it is. So, thank you all for stopping in and watching. And hit like and subscribe. Got any questions, leave it in the comment section. And remember, get out, do something every day. You'll be glad you did. You'll thank me later. Y'all come on back and watch me again. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. See y'all next time.